At least 7 people have died in multiple vehicle crashes in Tshwane since the start of the Easter weekend. Earlier today, 4 teens lost their lives when the car they were traveling in lost control and overturned on Pretoria Street. This is according to Tshwane Emergency Management Service, where they say the owner of the vehicle was notified of the accident by a vehicle tracking company. In a separate incident, a bakkie overturned in Pretoria North this morning, leaving 2 people critically injured. Yesterday, 3 people died on the R55 and the Lochner Road near Centurion when 2 vehicles collided, leaving 3 others injured. For more on this, we are joined now by Charles Mabaso from the Tshwane Emergency Service. Mr. Mabaso, a pleasure to have you on the program this afternoon. Firstly, what patterns or commonalities have emerged from these accidents that have been recorded in Tshwane so far during the Easter weekend?
Thank you. Good afternoon, and good afternoon to your viewers. To answer your question, the pattern is that these incidents are occurring at the wee or early hours of the morning, where one is expecting that the road are quiet and as such drivable. So that is the pattern that we have noted. According to the report that I have given or issued as part of the statement, you will notice that one occurred just after 12 o'clock, and then the other around past 2 in the morning, and the last one where 2 teenagers lost their lives occurred just after 4 o'clock.
Let's speak about the immediate measures that can be taken to also prevent similar tragedies on the Tshwane roads in the future.
The Tshwane Metropolis, as well as the emergency services, have launched our Easter campaign, road safety program on the 26th to be visible on the roads, to ensure that the motorists always see enforcement on the road, as well as emergency services. Unfortunately, it remains the responsibility of each motorist to ensure that they remain safe, as well as transporting those that they are transporting in the vehicles safely by adhering to the rules of the road, ensuring that they drive at required speeds, and that their vehicles are roadworthy, and that the person is fit to handle a type of vehicle and licensed to handle a type of vehicle that they are handling. So that is the responsibility and some of the measures that can be taken to ensure that our roads are safe.
I guess it then begs the question as to how can communities and authorities actually work together, this to promote safer driving behaviors, but also to reduce the occurrence of fatal accidents?
Yeah, the authorities, we are out there, we send out messages, we educate, we speak to the public to say this is what is required of you to do what is right, to ensure that our roads are safe. Now, what one needs to say is that the message must just fall on fertile ground. You know, it would seem as if the educational message does not fall on fertile ground where it can bear fruit. You always see some people that are always taking chances, risking their own lives and risking the lives of others. I think that is something that we must all work on, ensuring that when we have a message that speaks to us, we adhere to that message and we respond positively to that message. The message has already been put out there.
In the intro, you mentioned an incident where a tracking company alerted, I'm assuming relatives of one of the deceased who had been involved in this crash. Let's speak about the use of technology. How can it be utilized more effectively to actually respond to accidents and potentially prevent them?
The technology that is in vehicles, most of the vehicles, they are able to indicate to you when you are driving beyond the normal speed that you are supposed to drive in. And some vehicles are also able to detect, including some tracking devices, are able to detect driver behavior that is unbecoming. So then when that detection is done, particularly from tracking companies, it is important that an alert or notification be issued immediately to a driver of the vehicle. And I have noticed on some vehicles that when a driver pattern that is unbecoming is noticed by the vehicle is able to flash a message to indicate that take a rest or take note of your your driving pattern or so on and so on. And such messages, need to be adhered to, because at the end of the day, we can have all beautiful technology, but it is human behavior that must be addressed. Even in the midst and the presence of technology, human behavior becomes, the middle factor that must be addressed so that we meet technology halfway.
Going back to the role of the driver, how can drivers themselves actually contribute to creating, call it a safer environment on the roads through their individual actions and choices as well?
The basics are that don't drink and drive. There are many services that can take you home after you have one or two. You can use e-hailing services. Some insurance companies have even gone as far as indicating that if you feel that you've got one or two, call the insurance company. They will drive you home. So there are systems, there are measures in place that the drivers can take, other than ensuring that you adhere to legislation at all times, remain vigilant on the road, stop where you are supposed to stop. Other than that, there are other measures like the ones that I have mentioned that one can take to ensure that they drive safely. And again, looking at, I don't want to preempt that the teenagers that lost their lives today had taken the vehicles without the consent of the parents. I don't want to preempt that. But it is important that as a parent, when you give your children a vehicle, know at all times where they are, have a word with them concerning their safety, and if they are out to have fun, rather not allow them to go out in a vehicle. Only release a vehicle to a minor or to a teenager or to any other person after ensuring that they can ensure their safety and the safety of those that they are transporting at all times.
Mr. Mabaso, I'll give you the opportunity to give us your final word, but also at the same breath, give us a sense of the long-term strategies that can be implemented to actually address the root cause of road accidents and improve overall road safety in the city.
Let me, before I come to your point, give you an update. I know on my statement, I indicated about the 3 accidents that occurred within Tshwane that were major or had fatalities. In fact, on the R55 and N14 last night, we had a second accident. There was this first one where 3 lives were lost in the morning, and there was a second one at around 8:20 where also 3 lives were lost. So R55 and N14, 6 lives were lost, and then including the 4 in the wee hours of today, which brings to 10. That is the update that I want to insert, given this opportunity. Then as for strategies and measures that can be implemented to ensure that we reduce road fatalities, the awareness as well as ensuring the visibility by law enforcement authorities is of paramount importance. Most of the time people react to what they see from law enforcement authorities or from authorities.
Yeah.
And second to that, and I would like to emphasize this, we are a generation, we are a people that has got technology, that has got information at our disposal. The push and the drive to change human behavior is at the top of the strategies that need to be implemented to ensure that we become a safe road users.
Thank you so much for your time. Charles Mabaso is the Deputy Chief of Public Information and Media Liaison at the City of Tshwane Emergency Services Department.